Things aren't as simple as one, two, three. Things have a way of misdirecting who goes in and out of a person's life. But there are things that we know. When we were younger, I hope that you remember me and how I used to love LA in the morning and how I got lost under the sun's gaze. Things shouldn't be this hard, but when it comes to forgetting about someone like you, I should say I never knew a man so careless but still so careful. But you know that I couldn't. I couldn't seem to tell you that I miss LA in the morning. I miss seeing your face when I'm awake, but things aren't as simple as one, two, three. I know that now. Maybe I'm a hopeless case trying out a new trend just so she could fit in with the people around her. Maybe it's hopeless to understand something that no one can pinpoint. Maybe I just love because it's too easy to fall in love with words rather than appearance. I know it's hopeless to love the words of a poet just because they feel the same way you do. I feel so hopeless just thinking what tomorrow may bring when you're not around to speak such words that made me fall for you. Where do the wild things go when everything falls apart, when everything ends like the ocean calls for a new tomorrow? I hope to live to see that call to the wild. Where does the wild things go when everything around us has all died out? Oh, where? Where does it all go? Oh, tell me where. Where does it all go when things aren't as it seems? Tell me, where do broken hearts go when there's nothing left for them to love? I hope I can get through to you in your idiotic ways when it comes to women like me. You are surely an American who likes to quarrel with strangers. I hope that you can see through what you've laid out for yourself because I'm just a Welsh girl who has seen the worst in people. You've got the best in me, but why do I have to cry every time we talk to each other? Though you see me happy with someone else and you try to tear me apart like you always do. You've always thought the worst when it comes to this Welsh girl and this Welsh girl alone. I hope I can get through to you like I've done in the past. I take the winding road as I walk down Main Street. I don't even know how to and when to catch my breath as I gaze out at the open sea. I saw you, I knew you. I wish I was at the lakes where you first saw me. I wish I wasn't walking down this long road without you. I wish I was with you dancing around the living room floor, but I'm alone wishing that one day you'll walk down Main Street with me. There's so much one person can do in a day. There's so much you can do for one person that makes someone so happy. Everything that happened before seems like just a blink in the eyes. There's so much one person can do for a lifetime. We take things for granted. We even take people for granted. There's only one person that can destroy your well-being, and that person is you. I always like to write, but somehow people around me don't get how much work I put into words coming out from my pen. I knew from the very beginning that I never wanted to be a footnote in someone else's story. I know I'll never settle for the normalcy people wanted. I'm always someone who wished for people to know her and love her. I'm always someone who doesn't notice how her words made an impact in her life. I know that now. I changed myself. So, new poem. I wrote this after thinking I wasn't good enough. And yeah, it's a poem that I rewrote in my journal, in my first poetry journal. Not my first poetry journal, but in a poetry journal. And I titled it Here We Go Again. And that poem in my poetry journal is Here We Go Again Part 2. So this is Here We Go Again. Here we go again, fighting about nothing, just because one of us said to the other that things aren't the same. Here we go again, chasing each other around the house, trying to make a point, but here we go again, not making any sense to the other because that's what people think about us, right? Not making any sense. So here we stand in a quiet room waiting for the other to utter a word. So this is a short poem. It's called Witness. And it basically speaks for itself, so I'm just gonna say the poem. I know you're going through a lot lately, but it doesn't mean you are incapable of the things you've always dreamed of. Darling, you've seen the things that you know you'll admire for the rest of your life. I just hope I'll be there to witness it. So this poem, it touches on actually knowing Spanish and like using a Spanish word. I do this in my poems quite a lot, like use different languages, like a word from a different language, and write an English poem out of it. So this poem is called Señorita. You said to me once before, Señorita, I've seen things that you've wished to see, but darling, you've left me before the sun came up to brighten the sky. I wish you wouldn't leave, as it'll hurt your little señorita. You said to me once before, Señorita, don't leave me in this cruel town alone. But darling, I'm only doing what you did to me in the past. You don't want to hurt your little señorita all over again.